Hi, I'm Nick from Casal Rental. Today we're going to do an overview on the Bedshaper by Little Wonder. This machine's great for re-edging existing beds as well as cutting in new ones. Always be sure to check with the manufacturer's operator's manual for proper instructions as well as safety tips, proper clothing, and personal protective equipment. So to start things off, just want to point out the gas tank for the unit is right here, as well as the oil dipstick, as well as the oil fill is right there. If you're just renting this for a short term, like a day, that's something that we go ahead and check for you ahead of time. But if you are renting it for more than a day, you're going to want to make sure that you check the oil daily. This particular unit shows you right there exactly how you want to check it. So you're going to want to unscrew it, wipe the dipstick off, and then just put it back in. Don't screw it back in to check the oil. Okay, so as we make our way over here, another quick point I want to make is there's a fuel shutoff on this unit. This is very important for transporting it. You want to make sure the fuel is off. It's to prevent gas and oil from mixing, which will cause damage to the engine. So there's a little diagram that shows you which position. So the droplet indicates the gas on. So you just want to make sure down here that the gas is in the on position, and this one already is on. I was just using it, so it's on. So that would be off, and that's on. So you want to make sure that's in the on position before starting it. Now the other thing this unit has is a choke lever right here. To pull the choke out, you just pull that tab right there. And then you're going to come over to your throttle, which is located from your operator's position on the right handle right here. Now to shut this machine off, you throttle all the way down. So to start it, you're going to go about half throttle is what the manufacturer recommends. And then you're just going to go ahead and pull it. Now I've gone ahead and checked the oil already, but again, if it's something that you've had for a couple days, you're going to want to check that daily. Put the choke back. Now that we've gone over how to start the engine, we're going to do a walk around of the machine and just show the features of it as well as some quick operating tips. Now the blade on this unit is at an angle. Don't be confused by that. It's meant to be that way. It's so that way it moves the material to the inside of the bed. The arrow right there is going to be your guiding point. That's where you want to aim for when you're cutting your bed in. Now some people want lines on the ground, and that's great. Use paint. Don't ever use a string line. It could get caught in the blade. So if you want to mark out your new bed, make sure you follow that arrow. When cutting in a new bed, you want to go 1 inch inside the line that you're making, and then move out 3 inches each time as you go around. For existing beds, you can just go around on that arrow on the edge. Right here is going to be the depth setter. So this is what determines how deep the blade cuts. There's some pinholes right here. Always start out shallower than you think you need to be. You can always go deeper. You don't want to go too deep. It could damage the machine, or if there's anything in the ground, it could hit. So go shallower to start, and then just do a test area. Go deeper if you need to. It's okay to make multiple passes. So down here, you just got a swivel wheel here. You really don't need to do anything with that, but this lever right here is important. This is what puts the transmission into gear. So right now on the left side of this nut, or excuse me, this bolt, is the neutral position. In order to put it into gear, you just lift it up and move it over. Now it's in gear. If you want to push it around, put it back over to the other side. But obviously when you're operating it, you're going to want it in gear so that way it's self-propelled. Up here on the left side is your travel lever. Now this lever is unique in the fact that it actually slides. And the reason that is because the closer you go, the slower it goes. And that's important because you want to make sure that you're going slow when you're operating the machine. So when you're transporting it, traveling back and forth, this is okay. Pull it forward, push it, reverse. So when you're operating it, you want to slide it up to pull it. This machine should only be operated when you're cutting an edge or a bed in with that lever up here in the forward position. Do not go in reverse. This lever right here lowers the blade. They're labeling it as the blade lift. So it's got a little trigger right here. Now there's weight on this machine, so you have to, or on the blade rather, so you have to pull it back a little bit as you pull this little handle underneath, and that lowers it down. And then to put it back up, you don't need to pull that trigger again, just pull it back and it'll lock in. This handle, there we go, is your blade engagement. So when you're holding that down, the blade's engaged. Okay, so operating it, we got our engine running, throttle's half throttle, so we're lined up where we wanted with our arrow. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to engage the blade. Now I'm holding the camera right now, so I can't do it, but once the blade's engaged and you're holding it, you want to throttle from half throttle to full throttle. At that point, you're ready to start cutting your bed in. So the next step, while holding the blade engaged, is you're going to lower the blade down. It's very important that you do not have the blade lowered and then engage it. Engage first. While it's engaged, lower the blade. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to slide that handle up to the speed, the slower speed for cutting, and you're going to pull it, and away you go. It's okay to go slower. So this is a variable speed handle, so if you want to go slower, just let it out a little bit. You don't have to go full go on it. If you want to go slower, that's okay. So that's it for some quick operating tips. Again, be sure to refer to the manufacturer's operator's manual. A couple quick things. Make sure if you do hit any obstructions that you lift the blade up and disengage it immediately. You don't want to be grinding through things. To shut it off quickly, again, throttle all the way down. You'll see the little stop handle, right? Stop sign with the hand on it. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or want some more information on the Little Wonder Bedshaper, please call us at one of our locations.